The National Museum of Egyptian Civilization is a portal leading to a whole new world filled with majestic treasures that will display the most unique collections of monuments and artifacts ever created. Showcase the beauty, glory, and all the intangible and hidden secrets of the ancient Egyptian civilization. Also displaying a deeper understanding of the Egyptian rich culture in the most relaxing, welcoming, and exciting environment.
The main purpose of our museum and the objectives to collect Egyptian artifacts and objects from everywhere in Egypt related to all Egyptian culture. And we are focusing on techniques and technology and how to show to our visitors how Egyptian made from a long time. We should show them by new technology as graphic, film, animation, through documentary film and the mobile application. And we are using different methods for showing and interpretation for the object from development tools from period to period up to now. As example, when we are talking about agriculture or about architecture, we talk about the techniques that ancient Egyptian used for building pyramids and invented many tools to decide the border and measurement and scales and so on. And what these tools developed from period to period to Greek-Roman when they built the second wonders in the world, the lighthouse of Alexandria. We talk about in Islamic era many mosques as Mosque of Sultan Hassan, how Egyptian developed their culture, their knowledge according to new culture that came to Egypt.
The main aim of the museum is to provide a clear vision of the past, present, and future of the Egyptian civilization. Preserve and also display all the monuments and artifacts of Egypt for all future generations. It is a unique cultural hub in the whole region that sheds the light on the diverse history and culture of Egypt across the ages, up to more than 4,000 of art and beauty that was able to cross the boundaries of time and space and shape the current awareness of the Egyptian land. Museum begins in 1982, when UNESCO and the Egyptian government started a new campaign that was launched to find a design for the Nubian Museum in Aswan and the National Museum in Cairo. The winner of the international architectural competition was an Egyptian architect. 1999, El Fustat became the home of the new National Museum of Egyptian Civilization.
So we received 22 royal mummies in the Golden Parade in last April, and they were received by Mr. President Sisi. And so we try to show the mummies in one journey that had been for our museum, and it is considered the fourth main journey for the mummies. The first journey for the mummies was after death and embalming and moving mummies from East Bank to West Bank of Nile River, where the royal cemetery was there. And then after collapse of New Kingdom, and the top period for embalming and mummification was during the New Kingdom between 16th century BC to 11th century BC. But unfortunately, at the end of this empire, so the tomb robbers managed to disturb and steal many royal tombs, except two tombs, Tomb of Tutankhamun and Tomb of King Amenhotep II. And so then the priests at that time tried as much as possible to save this mummy, and they recollected and they reburied in two hidden tombs again, in Deir el-Bahari tomb and in the tomb of King Amenhotep II. And then the 3rd century, when these mummies were discovered during 19th century and moved from Luxor to Cairo to be exhibited in Bulaq Museum and Egyptian Museum in Tahrir. And then the 4th journey that we have received in last April by Mr. President Sisi, and we try to exhibit in modern methods, and we exhibit each mummy beside each coffin and accessories related to that, and we try to show the active and the activities of each king, what each king had done, and we try to reveal new secrets related to the death of some kings by modern science, as CT scan. We examined many mummies by CT scan to show how these kings died. how their health was, how his stature, and how tall each one, and how Egyptian used different techniques for embalming and mummification each mummies, because the techniques of embalming changed from period to period and from a mummy to another mummy. And we try to show our visitor many interesting things, especially related to some kings as King Second Ra, Ramses III, and the Queen T, and we show how Egyptian managed to preserve their body because they believed in resurrection, and to help spirit return back to the body should preserve their body. And so we try show the Egyptian and non-Egyptian how Egyptian managed to preserve their body, to give us a lot of information, and it is considered an interesting thing for public, for Egyptian and non-Egyptian, to see this mummies dates back more 3,000 years, and some of them dates back 4,000 years ago, and they are still in good preservation up to now. How Egyptian managed to do that? They had many secrets to do that. And embalming and mummification is considered a 100% Egyptian contribution for medicine, and for preserving body is considered this a medicine method.
That we are moving through history. Here, we stood in front of the pulpit of the mosque of Abu Bakr bin Mazhar. Abu Bakr bin Mazhar was a chancellor of the Mamluk Sultan al-Ashraf Qaid Bey. He built a mosque in Al-Gamaliya, and its wooden pulpit was distinguished by its various decorations, especially that of the star polygon forms inlaid with ivory, mother of pearl, as well as folial motifs and inscriptions in Kufic script. Also something that can tell us more about ancient Egyptians. They were amongst the first people to use the plumb bob, a tool that determined the straightness of a wall or other architectural elements. When set within a set square, It can be used both in the horizontal and vertical plans and was later a symbol of accuracy and truth. We also stood to find out more about ships and boats for ancient Egyptians. Ships were the prime and the oldest means of transportation in ancient Egypt, as they were often depicted on petroglyphs and pottery since the Neolithic period. Types of ships also varied in terms of size or purposes. Small boats, for example, were made of bundles of papyrus stalks, while sailing ships and large boats were made of cedar wood and equipped with sails of thick cloth and side oars, in addition to two oar rudders at the stern. From these ships appeared what was for royal voyages the sacred barks of the gods and their possessions. The ancient Egyptians also believed that the other world contained a celestial river equivalent to the Nile, where the gods traveled over it in their boats and spirits crossed it on the way to resurrection. Therefore, models of boats were placed within the funerary furniture to depict the deceased's journey to the cemetery and its equivalent to the other world.
to the end of our backpack for today. Thank you all for joining us. Always remember, Backpack will always be your guide to Egypt. We try as much as we can to tell you more about Egypt and more about the important places where you can enjoy your vacation in Egypt. Next time we'll be back and more about Egypt in Backpack.